Well, in the 1930s, many Theosophists were concerned about the threat of war. And the piece I have here is from George Arundale, and it's part of his 1936 address to the Agile Theosophical Society. George Arundale was the president, or the international president, of the Agile Theosophical Society from 1934 to 1945. This is his annual report, from his annual report in 1936, and he introduced a campaign of understanding which he inaugurated at Geneva in 1936, and he outlines the campaign here, and he's certainly concerned about the threat of war. Now, as it stood in 1936, the Italians had already attacked Abyssinia, and that was in 1934, and the Chinese occupied Manchuria 1931 to 32, and the occupation of Manchuria was complete by this time. By 36, Manchuria was virtually a Japanese province, and there was a build-up of tension at that time between China and Japan eventually invaded China in 1937, but prior to that there were a number of border incidents and an armed standoff. Anyway, this piece came in 1936 from George Arundale. Campaign for Understanding. The Straight Theosophy campaign, despite the ambiguity of its name, proved a great success, as I've already reported. It was succeeded by the second, which I called There Is a Plan. This has been no less successful, and now a third is underway to meet the immediate needs of the times. A campaign for understanding. I most strongly feel that the time has come for some of us at least to seek and extol the good, leaving the majority to their strenuous activity of discovering and holding up to condemnation that which to them is evil. As life is everywhere, so is good everywhere, and the world would be further away from the menace of war and from its present unhappiness and distress were there more of us to look for the good and to exalt it before the world. No doubt we must be able to perceive the wrong, or what for us may be the wrong, but there is no danger whatever of the wrong being neglected. It is laid bare gloatingly and in a spirit of self-righteousness, both by the crowd which cannot know better and also by the few who ought to know better. I hope that the beginning of 1937 will see the issue of much material in this connection, so that while we may see the darkness, we may also perceive the light and honour it. Mutual understanding and mutual appreciation are healing balm for the ills of the world, and I think I can, for the moment, render no better service in the name of Theosophy and of the Theosophical Society than to try to give occasion for these wherever possible. I especially long for the time when we shall have learned to express our own convictions with the utmost earnestness and force, and at the same time to recognise that for others, other convictions may be no less true, however radically in opposition to our own.